At the beginning of this month, that is May 2025, Safaricom announced their final dividend, and I'm going to attach the screenshot here so that we can discuss what this means and how to read this, and I'm going to explain this in very simple terms. So we start with the announcement date, which is May 9th, 2025, and this is basically when Safaricom officially declared the dividend. Okay, then we have book closure, which is July 31, 2025, and this is the date by which you need to own shares for you to qualify for this particular dividend. In short, investors must hold Safaricom shares before this date, and usually it's a few days before this particular date, and that date is called an exit date. So if you buy shares after this date, you won't be eligible for the dividend that has been announced, or this particular dividend. Okay, the other date we are going to discuss is payment date, 31st August 2025, and this is when Safaricom will distribute the dividend to the eligible shareholders or people who hold the shares before the book closure date. Okay, so if you own Safaricom shares and your name is recorded before the book closure, you receive 0.65 Kenya shillings per share on 31st August 2025. Now that we know how these dividends work, let us see how much you can earn if you invested 5,000 Kenya shillings, 10,000 Kenya shillings, and 20,000 Kenya shillings before the book closure in Safaricom shares. Okay, as we look at the calculations, remember that the returns are subject to 5% withholding tax, and when you're buying these shares, you need to also pay for broker fees. And to just see how much fees we are talking about, the broker fee for 5,000 Kenya shillings, you'll need around 150 Kenya shillings. For 10,000, you'll need around 200 Kenya shillings. So let's do the calculations. So if you invested today, as of the time of making this video, the price of Safaricom shares is at 18.40 Kenya shillings. So let's start by calculating the number of shares you'll be able to own for the different amounts that we have said we are going to be dealing with today. We divide the amounts with the price per share. Okay, so we calculate the number of shares you can buy. So we divide 5,000 divided by 18.40, 10,000 divided by 18.40, and 20,000 divided by 18.40. So for 5,000, you'll have 271 shares. That is approximately 271 shares. For 10,000 Kenya shillings, you'll have approximately 543 shares. For 20,000, you'll have approximately 1,086 shares. Okay, now we are going to calculate the dividend earnings, and since Safaricom is paying 0.65 per share, we multiply this by the number of shares that you're going to be holding. So for 5,000, we multiply 271 times 0.65, so we are going to get 176.15. For 10,000 Kenya shillings, you're going to have 352 Kenya shillings, and for 10,000 Kenya shillings, you're going to get 706 Kenya shillings. Okay, as you have seen, dividends do not pay you so much, and if you subtract the fees, it means that you will be making very little amount of money. So how do people now make money with shares? So you make money through potential capital gains, and that is the real deal when it comes to investing in shares. Making money through potential capital gains. So, and I'll give a scenario. So let's say you bought Safaricom shares before the closure date, yes, and now after the closure date and after the payment of the dividends, and you want to exit the market, you only exit if you exited when the market have gone up, meaning that the price that you bought is higher than the price that you're going to sell when you're exiting. It would mean that your capital, the money that you invested, has had capital gains. The price has changed now from what you bought now from 18.40 Kenya shillings to a number that is a little bit higher. So what you're going to do is just to subtract the value or the price that you're going to sell the shares with and the price that you bought the shares with, and then you're going to get the capital gain, and that is the only way you're going to make substantial amount of money with investing in shares. And we're going to look at some few numbers so that we understand the potential of investing in shares in terms of capital gains. So remember, with the dividends, you're not getting a lot, but if you consider staying in the shares for a little longer or for a longer period of time, you'll be able to appreciate the benefits of investing in shares through capital gain. Let's look at those examples. And for this, I'm going to share this graph. This I got from TradingView, and this shows how Safaricom shares have appreciated over time, or how the market has been doing for Safaricom shares. And I want us to take an example, February 2024, where the price of one share was 12 Kenya shillings, and a month after that, and you can see here, the price of one share was 21 Kenya shillings. If you had 5,000 Kenya shillings, it means that you made a profit of 3,736 Kenya shillings within a month. Now, if you had 10,000 Kenya shillings, it means that you made 7,493 Kenya shillings within a month. If you had 20,000 Kenya shillings, it means that you made 14,986 in profit for that particular month. So this means that you can actually make more money if you focus on capital appreciation rather than the dividends that a company is giving, because the dividends are small, but capital appreciation, it can be massive. So this is the potential of shares. You can actually make a lot if you invested in the right time and took profit in the right time. But again, there's a lot of things that are in play here, because you need to be checking your account for you to spot these price changes. You need to be in the market, or you need to keep checking your market so that you don't miss out on such opportunities when the prices have gone up. But the good thing with such market, the good thing with trading, or when you're investing in things like shares, when the market goes up and you miss that opportunity, the market always retreat. Basically, they try to go back to that particular point. But if you wait long, you can miss out on that particular opportunity. So I would advise you remember to take profit even when you're in these particular markets. So make sure that you're utilizing these opportunities. This is an alternative investment. So if at all you already have a money market fund account, if at all you have other investments, this is also an investment that you can consider, but you go there for long-term investment, so that you're in the market long enough, take opportunity of the price changes. And also remember, the shares prices are affected by so many, and if you're in the shares market, you know that this is the right time to buy shares, because the markets are bleeding, the markets are on the red, the markets are low because of the tariffs, because of the economic situation that we are in, and all the fear in the market. So it's the right time for you to start investing in shares right now, so that when the market starts going up, you will be in profit. So when you're going in, you need to make sure that you're prepared for market fluctuations and focus on sustainable growth rather than short-term gains. And I have a tip for you for this. While buying shares, you want to buy shares at different prices. For example, instead of putting the whole 20,000 Kenya shillings in shares at a go, why not buy at intervals? This is called dollar cost averaging. And what this means is you'll be making profit every time the market starts going up, because you bought at different prices, yes? So it means that you're going to be buying shares when the markets are going down, but you're going to be buying at different intervals, which will then make you make profit at different intervals of the market. So you buy when the prices are going down at different intervals, and you sell when the market are going up in different intervals. So you go in with a goal. You say that I'm investing this 2,000 Kenya shillings, and I'm going to sell it when it hits 4,000 Kenya shillings. So because we have looked at Safaricom shares, next you're going to look at how much you will earn in Crown Paint shares. They announced their first and final dividend in 30th April 2025, and the dividends are actually much higher than that of Safaricom. We would like to see whether you can make a substantial amount with dividends, okay? With now Crown Paint dividends, all right? Subscribe so that you don't miss out on that, and more content on shares and other investment options in Kenya. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, and see you in our next video.